Hello, welcome to B1 Reading and Writing class. This is Unit 4, Transport, and this video is for Week 5, Day 2. In this video, we'll talk about the transport system in India. Let's get started. Unit 4, Transport. Preparing to watch. You are going to watch a slideshow about transport in India. Before you watch, choose the correct answers A to D to the questions 1 to 6. Your answers might not be 100% correct because most of these figures are constantly changing. However, they should be close to the actual numbers. Let's read the questions. Number 1. How many people live in India? A. 13 million, B. 0.2 billion, C. 1.2 billion, and D. 2.2 billion. What's your guess? The correct answer is 1.2 billion. Number 2. How many cars are there in India? Do you have an idea? Any guess? And the correct answer is 13 million. Number 3. In 2005, how many households owned a bicycle? And your options are A. 40%, B. 14%, C. 30%, and D. 13%. What is your option? The correct option is 40%. Number 4. When were the railways introduced to India? This seems to be an easy question. 1853, 1940, 1947, 1951. And the correct answer is 1853. Number 5. How many people do Indian Railways carry every day? Any idea? The correct answer is around 30 million. And number 6. How many staff work for the Indian Railways? And the correct number is 1.4 million. Now you will watch a slideshow. Watch it carefully and get ready to answer the questions that follow. Let's watch the slideshow. Unit 4, Indian Transport. For a country with a population of 1.2 billion, there are only 13 million cars in India. Some traditional forms of transport have been in use in India for centuries. Water taxis take thousands of passengers along the river Ganges every day. The wooden boats they use are handed from father to son, and the boatmen repair them themselves. Ox carts have been traditionally used for transport, especially in rural India. In recent years, some cities have banned the movement of ox carts and other slow-moving vehicles on the main roads because of traffic problems. Bicycles are a common mode of travel in much of India. More people can now afford to own a bicycle than ever before. In 2005, more than 40% of Indian households owned a bicycle. But for long journeys, public transport is essential, and India's public transport systems are among the most heavily used in the world. Railways were first introduced to India in 1853. By 1947, there were 42 rail systems. In 1951, the systems were nationalized as one unit, becoming one of the largest networks in the world. With 65,000 kilometers of rail route and 7,500 stations, the railway network in India is the fourth biggest in the world after Russia, China, and the USA. Indian trains carry over 30 million passengers and 28 million tons of freight daily. Indian Railways are the world's biggest employer with over 1.4 million staff. Generally, Indian Railways are very efficient, but trains do run late, and sometimes it is hours rather than minutes. However, at the moment, they are a much better option than a traffic jam. Exercise 3. Complete the notes on page 71 about the different modes of transport using the words in the box. Now that you have watched the slideshow, you know the meaning of these words and the context in which they were used. If you don't know the meaning of some of these words, you can look up these words in the dictionary before you start this exercise. Let's get started. Water taxis used for? Choose the word from the box. And the correct word is centuries. Water taxis take thousands of passengers along the river every day. Boats are handed from father to son. Now some blanks about the ox carts. Traditional in blank India. Traditional in rural India. Some cities blank ox carts because of traffic problems. They don't allow them. So what is the word? Ban is the word, which means now bicycles. A common mode of blank in India. A common mode of transport in India. Now more people can blank to own a bicycle. What is the word that you've chosen? The correct word is afford. Now blanks about trains. In 1947, there were 42 railway systems, 7,500 stations, 2.8 million tons of freight daily. And the last one, railways are very efficient. Number 4. Complete the table below with one advantage and one disadvantage of each mode of transport shown in the slideshow. Number 1. Water taxis. What is one advantage of water taxis? The advantage is they are environmentally friendly. What about disadvantage? Water taxis need a river. Number 2. Ox carts. Advantage: they are inexpensive, and disadvantage: they cause traffic congestion. Number 3. Bicycles. Advantage: they are inexpensive, and disadvantage: they are dangerous in traffic. And finally, trains. Advantage: trains have a large rail network, and disadvantage: they can be late. That's all from now. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.